Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss a very exciting topic: studying abroad in the United States of America. I'll be sharing the top 5 most important things that you need to think about and plan if you're considering moving to America or studying abroad here. These are definitely the top 5 most important things that you need to think about. Studying abroad is definitely super exciting and one of the top most life-changing events, at least for me. So it does require a lot of planning and a lot of careful consideration of a few things. So I wanted to share these with you guys so you can hopefully come to the States as an international student. From one international student to another, I truly hope that this can be helpful for you guys. Let's dig right in. The first thing that you really need to do, even if you don't know where you're going just yet, if you don't have a set plan, start saving money. I cannot stress this enough because studying abroad is going to end up being really expensive. There will be so many costs that you might and probably not have thought of, and I know it's not the most exciting thing to hear, but studying abroad can be really expensive, so it is really important that you're prepared for whatever cost there might be. And trust me, there will be so many extra costs: $2,000, $400, things that you did not think of that are part of the process and crucial for you to process in order to get here. So just start saving money, put aside money regularly so you can be prepared and have the money to proceed with all the things that you need to proceed with, but also so you can get an exciting time while you're here. The second thing that I would definitely recommend is start to explore your current study options. For example, if you're currently studying in your home country, maybe you're pursuing your bachelor's degree, look into and see if your current university offers exchange programs with any American institutions. Most universities do, and exchange programs can actually be really good and a good opportunity to study here and study abroad without having to pay for tuition, which is a major thing. I'm not sure if you looked into it, but it costs a lot with tuition. And another nice thing with going on an exchange is that universities often even help you with scholarships. They guide you through the process, and really at no cost tuition wise. So they will guide you through the process and might even help you with scholarships, and it's free. So if you're studying, I would definitely recommend in looking into that. One thing that's important to think of though is that if you're currently studying at a university, start to think of like, how long do you want to stay abroad? Because this is the only limitation with like going on an exchange, I would say. Because normally exchanges are limited to 1 semester or 2 semesters. The longest you can go and be abroad is for 1 year. So you either have to choose to leave for half a year or a year. So that can actually be a bit limiting. If you know already that you want to stay longer, maybe you've visited the state before, you love it already, that would be something to keep in mind, because if you're going on exchange, they will expect you to come back. And if you don't want to come back, I would not look into this option. However, if you just want to go on an exchange for half a year or a year, this would definitely be a great option for you to look into. And the third tip that I have is that, as you all know, the States is huge. Like, it has so much to offer, and each state, it varies a lot. So it's really important to think about, where you want to go. Do you want to consider like, do I want to be on the East Coast? Do I want to be on the West Coast? Think about like walkability, infrastructure. Do they have a commuting system? Because I'm not sure if you guys know, but Europe is very nice when it comes to transportation. I would definitely start to think about the things that you might take for granted. Like, the things that you take for granted can actually be super critical and different here. For example, if you've ever had a dream of moving to California or Colorado, which I did, you might need to buy a car because public transportation is not guaranteed at all. If you have the budget for that, that's great. If you don't, I would definitely just think through it an extra time and look into like the campus itself. Like, where is it located? I didn't know that most US universities are like outside of a big city. Like, most of them aren't that close to bigger cities. Okay, well, if you're on campus, what would it take for me to actually get into LA or Denver or someplace else? Like, what is the transportability? So oftentimes campuses can be more remote than you think. So just really start to think about, like, where do you want to go? How will it really work? How does it look there? Is it safe? Am I more of a city person, or do I want to just travel around the states? Like, what will be the most efficient place for me to stay in order to do that and pursue that dream of mine? So just be mindful of that. Once you've decided on a place, like, you know where you want to go, you may have narrowed down the state, you might have even narrowed down a couple of universities that you want to apply to, I would start to create a to-do list with deadlines. There will be a ton of deadlines, and believe me, American universities are so strict with their deadlines. I'm not kidding. Really start researching the application process. What does it look like? What will be required of you? Will you need to apply for scholarships? Is that something that you will be dependent on? If so, when do you need to apply for them? Again, what is required for you to do so? What are the visa requirements, and what will it take from you to start to engage in that process? Being proactive and organized is what will allow you to stay on track and ensure that you won't miss any crucial steps or deadlines that truly can be critical in order for you to get to the States. Because if you miss them, you might not end up going, because you can imagine how many people that do apply for these universities, and oftentimes they might not see you as an exception. So I would just create to-do lists with sub-bullet points, add the deadlines within them, just so you can stay on track and be proactive as you start this whole search and application process. Last but not least, and perhaps the most critical piece of advice, is truly to just start the process early, and earlier than you think. Planning to studying abroad and actually getting to study abroad requires so much time and so much effort. And I know that's not the most fun piece, and I know that I've been very disappointed myself when I realized how long that it might take me to actually plan this in order to get where I am right now. Visa applications, obtaining necessary vaccinations, documents from when you were a baby and got a specific vaccine, getting your transcripts from your school and getting it properly stamped in the right way. There will be so many things that you have not thought of that will take you an extensive amount of time. It is truly essential that you start as soon as possible to avoid any last minute stress and to, again, make sure that you're not missing anything that will be required of you. And there you have it. These are my top 5 tips for studying abroad in the United States and starting your journey to getting here to America. So remember, start saving money, explore exchange opportunities if you're currently studying at a university in Europe or somewhere else. Choose your destination wisely. Really think about the things that might crush your dream or might interfere with your dream, but just think of it, because you might end up in a situation where you can't get nowhere, or it might not even meet your expectations. So just think of it, do thorough research. 4, create a comprehensive to-do list with clear deadlines so you're not missing anything, because they are strict with deadlines, so you want to make sure that you can meet them. And most importantly, start early. If you know that you want to study abroad, just do it. Just start planning, prepare for it, research, do everything you can. The sooner is definitely the better when it comes to studying abroad. So just start. And from my opinion, all of this hard work is just just so worth it. All the planning, all the things that you need to prepare for is just so worth it when you get here, you guys. I've gained so much experience. I've met so many new friends from all across the world. I've developed so much personally. It's just really just an experience you can't get nowhere else. I mean, you will expand your horizons immensely, and this culture is just amazing. And you will also get like world-class education, which is really nice, and I can assure you it looks very good on your resume. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone that you think could be in use of these tips and recommendations too for studying abroad. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting content like this. I will be publishing a video on the application process, visa process, things you didn't think of that you need to fix when you actually get to the States, because it never ends, trust me. So stay tuned, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope that this will be helpful. I know it would have been super helpful for me. So happy planning and good luck on your journey to studying abroad in the States. Thank you. Bye.